Hey everybody, it's me, David Brown, here with today's Wednesday tip. I hope everybody's doing well, working from home, being safe, and following the shelter orders. I know here in Seattle we are in week 3 of it, and we're making do. We're doing our civic duty, and it feels pretty good. What I want to talk about today is the second in a 3-part series of virtual management. As you recall, last week we talked about how to effectively manage someone's work or their duties from afar. What I want to do today is talk about how to communicate from afar, how to make sure that people stay engaged, that they understand clearly what the expectations are, and how they can best respond back to you. So here are 3 tips that I think are imperative when you're managing someone virtually. The first one is make sure that every interaction is a video interaction. Now, there are certain times when instant messenger is appropriate, but if you're going to be sharing information, gathering information, improving a process, or talking about something bigger than maybe a 2 or 3 sentence instant message, don't pick up the phone. Make sure it's on video. This not only helps people to see your facial cues and get information from that, but it also helps maintain the connection and that culture that your firm has developed over the years. So make sure that it might seem like a lot to set up a video call. Once you get the hang of it, it's nothing at all. Click it on, send an invite, send an instant message, get on the video, have the call, and then end it. The second tip that I would have is follow up with those video calls with something more tangible. It's not as easy, in fact, it's impossible these days to drop by someone's desk and ask, hey, what did you mean here or there? That can be asked in an instant message, but if you, the person that's initiating the phone call, could be an employee or could be you managing an employee, just make sure you send a quick email or maybe an instant message just bulleting what you talked about. Hey, to follow up, we talked about A, B, and C. Here are my expectations. And it's that expectations piece that's critical to communicate, like we talked about in last Wednesday's video. The third is have employees lead meetings. A lot of the challenge in getting people engaged is that you're kind of a talking head, like at television, like the news, and people feel like they don't need to be engaged as much. Maybe they're checking emails, or maybe they're doing something, acting in ways they would never act if they were in a meeting with you or if you were doing a one-on-one at their desk. So kind of flip the script on them and assign each employee charge of a meeting. Make sure that they come, they're prepared, they have the questions. They can always come to you for help, but if you get everyone engaged and share that responsibility of communication across your team, you're going to find that your team is much more engaged, much more proactive with what's needed when they're working virtually, and is going to make sure that their work is done so when they do have to talk about it, they look like a really good employee. And that's it. 3 fairly simple tips to make sure that your communication is on point as you're working virtually. If you have any tips that you think are great, put them in the comments below. If you have any questions, you can always email me as well. And I hope everybody out there stays safe. Until next week.